What a crazy 24-hour period for you. October 26th, you're in the main event of Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
And then the next day, October 27th, is when the accident occurred.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that night?
I remember from the day being sore from Bound for Glory. Crazy match. Once the adrenaline wore off at Bound for Glory, I was feeling it. So when I walked in that next day, I was like, man, I hope I'm cutting a promo today. And I said, I do not feel like wrestling. And as soon as I heard I was wrestling the Hardys, I was like, sweet, double-edged sword, because you're wrestling the Hardys, but then, physically you don't want to do it. But then I told myself, and I told Austin too, these guys used to do this six nights a week, we can do it. It's no big deal. The match was going good. We had a lot of time, which was different from the first time we met those guys, just team versus team. First time we didn't have a lot of time. This time we had more time. So we were all confident and comfortable with what we were doing. I'm in there with my best friend and two of my idols. It's a night off, essentially. And then a spot that you've done a million times up until this point goes wrong. And as soon as it goes wrong, you don't notice what's wrong. You just know something isn't right. I felt a jolt. It was a neck breaker. We missed each other, Matt and I, by an inch. I felt a jolt, and I felt like a little bit of discomfort. And referee Daniel Spencer comes over and checks on me. Chris, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I think so. Just roll me out the way. Because I needed help rolling out of the way. I didn't realize how much help I needed. And Austin said it didn't look like I needed a lot. It looked like I helped too. I just felt like I wanted assistance rolling out of the way quick enough because I knew they had to do some more stuff. I didn't want them to think that I was just selling and bump on top of me, expecting me to move. I've had stingers before. I thought it might have just been a stinger.
Were you in pain?
I was numb. It was a weird feeling that I can't exactly explain because I've never experienced it before. I just know it was kind of a numb feeling. I didn't realize all of what was numb. I just felt a numbness. But because of the adrenaline and because of the perfectionist I am, I was thinking about the art we were creating and how my brush made a mark I didn't want because the spot didn't go perfect. So instead of thinking about how I felt, I was thinking about how to get back on track in the match. So once he helped roll me out of the way, I'm looking out of the side of my eye to see them do the next sequence and see if that goes right. It does. Crowd reacts. I'm like, okay, cool. It's my turn to get back up and do my next spot. So mentally, I roll over and grab the ropes and sell around. Physically, I'm laying there. So Matt and Jeff come over to me. And I was like, let's just go to the Swanton. Let's just end this, because I can't get up. Yeah. I'm already laying here. I'm like, let's just go to the Swanton, which I've never had to cut stuff in a match before. So my pride was hurt a little bit. But I just knew I couldn't get up. So I was like, I didn't know why though. So Jeff starts to climb the top rope. And as he's climbing the top rope, I'm thinking that I should be able to brace for this. So once again, mentally, I'm doing this motion. Physically, nothing's happening. And I'm laying there doing this. So I'm yelling at the ref now, telling Jeff not to do the swanton now as he's already climbing the top rope. Thankfully, he doesn't do the swanton. He protects me and drops a leg drop, but misses by a mile, protects me. And he covers me. And I'm just so apologetic. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I messed up. I messed up the finish of the match. Like, I messed up. I'm sorry. And they're like, no, are you all right? And our ringside doctor comes over to me and he checks on me and he tries to get me to squeeze his hands. And at this point, my fingers are shaking a little bit, but they're not squeezing. And I tell Austin, I'm like, bro, take my elbow pads off me now because my arms are hot. Now the adrenaline's wearing off and my arms are like 1,000,000 degrees. So I'm telling Austin to pull my elbow pads down because I'm thinking my circulation is just too tight. In my mind in this moment, And 30 minutes from now, I'll be in the locker room talking about how crazy whatever just happened was. And I'm going to shake this off. I'm going to catch a flight tomorrow and head back home, go back to the gym and get back to routine. And I'm laying there and the doctors ask me if I can wiggle my toes. And once he asked me that, I go, I can't feel my toes. And I realized then, okay, this is more serious. I've never had a real injury. I've had minor injuries, but I've never had a real injury. I've never had to have a surgery. So I don't know what breaking a neck feels like. I don't know what breaking an arm feels like. I don't know. So I'm just confused in this moment and I'm embarrassed. It's probably like 2,500 people in the room and it's dead silent. So it's awkward, you know. It's scary. And Austin's there. He's by my side. Matt and Jeff, they're there. The ringside doctor, Daniel Spencer, our referees here. And everyone's around me. And I can't move. I can't look left or right other than with my eyeballs. And they put me in a neck brace and they put me on the stretcher. And I remember telling Austin, I was like, hey, how cool would it be if I could just raise my hand like Jeff right now on the stretcher? And I was trying to do it mentally. It wasn't happening. And he laughs, you know, tears in his eyes. He laughs. And I'm like, all right, go tell Jeff the joke now. Tell Matt the joke. I want them to laugh now. Like, lighten the moment a little bit. So he scurries over and tells them the joke. And they put me on the stretcher. And now I start to cry a little bit. And I was like, all right, suck it up, man. They're about to take you to the back locker room. I don't want the boys to see you like this, you know. They take me through the back and they put me in the ambulance. And I wanted them to get my phone so I could contact my people and let my people know what was up. So they find my phone for me. Trey Miguel, he goes and finds my phone for me. Call my girlfriend. I let her know. She had already kind of heard about it. It was already kind of making the rounds internally. And maybe online too with fans, but I know internally it was making the rounds. I called one of my best friends in Vegas and told him to my buddy right here, my boy Shogun, Stan. I told him that I was hurt and it's time for him to hold it down because I don't know what's about to happen. They're speculating that maybe it's just a neck break. They don't really know. They're threatening to cut my boots off. They're brand new boots. I'm like, don't cut those boots. Show me a mirror. I'll tell you how to take them off, but don't cut those boots. Those are brand new boots. They rushed me to the hospital. Austin's by my side. And I have him kind of going through my phone, calling people that are important to call. And my mom, you know, people who are reaching out. Not too many people because it's overwhelming. They're shoving forms in my face, asking me to sign stuff. I can't move my hands. And I knew it got really real when they rolled me over at some point and I saw my tights and my knee pads and my boots neatly stacked next to me, uncut. And I never felt them take any article of clothing off of me. And I still didn't know what to think. At this point, they told me they were going to operate on my neck. And I've never broken anything, like I said. So I don't know if this is how you're supposed to feel when you break your neck. I don't know if everyone who's ever broken their neck has gone through what I'm going through in the moment. So Austin's there, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm in so much pain at this point now. They tell me the surgeon's going to be there in maybe 30 minutes, longest 30 minutes of my life, because I'm in so much pain. I just want to either end it or like get under anesthesia so we can do this. Because let's get to it. You know, what are we waiting for? The surgeon to get there. But what are we waiting for? Like, I'm ready. And he put me under. Woke up the next day. It was day one.